Vim aqui no seu podcast para te contar que com o app BitBank, o primeiro criptobanco do Brasil, você pode ter um cartão que te dá até 10% de cashback em reais, criptomoedas ou até dólar digital. A experiência é simples e intuitiva, mesmo para quem nunca investiu. Comece hoje mesmo a receber cashback em compras de qualquer valor. Acesse bit.com.br. BitBank, para você viver investindo.
Savaged, unfiltered.
We've been, God, all day here, here at the studio. Sorry about that, guys. Definitely, we should make this behind the scenes. I got a guest chair here that normally we like to push back. Let me push this back. It looks very unprofessional. 1 second, guys. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I had a chair over there. Actually, instead of behind the scenes, we'll just make it the part of the show, guys. We had a chair, one of the chairs over here. We normally keep it here, for the guests, whatever. People that like to come into my studio or Shakey's, they like sitting there and, whatever. But we were supposed to make sure that was out of the camera. I do apologize. But, guys, we got a great show. I have a story to tell you. I was up in Atlanta. I was visiting family up there in Northwest Georgia, making sure my aunt was okay. She had an accident. Thank God that she's doing well. And but I have a story aside from that, as well as another story, guys. You're not going to want to miss this. Be right back after these short words.
Trump 2024. First of all, I would like to say that I'm a corrupt piece of shit owned by George Soros. Second, and this part is very important, I would like to ask all Democrats to kiss President Donald Trump's ass. And last but not least, I would like to say that President Donald J. Trump is my daddy. And he's the greatest fucking president this world has ever seen. I'm out, bitches. Trump 2024.
Think about your future. Think about your kids, especially your kids. The government is after your kids, and they are here to brainwash the next generation into hating this country, into making sure that this country goes after, making sure that your kids go after this country in hatred and in spite. But before that, they will arrest and go after anyone that stands up against freedom. Anyone that stands up against the government. Just like a Ukrainian government and Russian-style government, like I said before. And that's the plan.
Yeah. And, you hit the hammer right on the spot, Sauce. You really have. We're in a fight for it all, folks. We really are. The reason why I put that, join the Savage Army. Sauce likes to live by a quote. It doesn't take an army to fight for freedom, but when you're fighting only yourself or for yourself, excuse me, put the correct words in.
Savaged.
This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
There we go again.
More technical problems. We live in the 21st century.
Savaged, unfiltered.
The only reason I know this is because I lived under tyranny. I lived.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You're a fucking...
Your host, Michael Gardner.
Proper fashion at the proper time.
Like a Hellcat.
Hey guys, we made it. Oh, welcome to Savage Unfiltered. I'm your host, Michael Gardner. Guys, we got a good one today. Real good one actually. I'm gonna bring in my co-host here, Joseph here. I got a story to tell you guys about this this Cuban stripper that I had actually attended a bachelor party, with my cousin up in Atlanta. And it's a story for you guys. But without further ado, I want to bring in Joseph here. Joseph, buddy, welcome to the show. How's it going?
Hello, everybody. I wore my mock suicide vest shirt today.
What?
Prepared to go to war to destroy liberal narratives, but that's not this kind of show today. But yeah, my shirt matches the opening narrative, right? Ready to blow up the left.
Yeah. Oh God, they don't, Joseph. They don't like that. They get upset every single time you say that. They actually get upset and they're like, "Oh, please, we can't have Joseph blow up us up anymore because we're starting to get super offensive." Yeah, man. I love the shirt.
Yeah, you can't get it anymore. I bought it ages ago, back when Barack Obama called us Tea Party terrorists. So a company called Terrorist Tees came out with the shirt of the mock murder suicide vest, mock murder homicide vest, or whatever you want to call it. I don't like calling it a suicide vest because it's actually a homicide vest.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Joseph, you gotta watch the words, man. They'll get offensive on that. They'll be like, "Wait, no, we're not. We're not terrorists. We're not suicidal." Oh God, please, Joseph, don't say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we got a hell of a story to tell you today. Joseph, I know this is kind of like out of the crazy handbasket here on Savage Unfiltered, but I was up in northwest Georgia, visiting some family. I had basically an unexpected emergency family visit that I had to attend to last week to make sure, a family member was okay. Obviously, folks, she's up in age, so I have to make sure that she's okay. So, like no other family member would, I went up there and I made sure that she was okay and this and that, and obviously she's okay, so everything's good. So I had a couple days, Joseph, to kind of kill two birds in one stone. So I spent like another 2 days up there, and my cousin up there actually said, we're going up to a party in Midtown Atlanta. It's a bachelor party. I was like, well, that's great. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. I'll get you on the list to go there. I was like, well, do they know me? I'm not one, Joseph, just to go to parties, not invited and stuff like that. And they were like, everything is okay. Everything is all right. And, yeah, it was one hell of a party, Joseph. We went there, and I mean, it was great. But before we get any further, you're kind of giving me like looks right now. You're like, oh boy, should I continue the story, Joseph, or do you have questions right now?
No. No, keep going.
Yeah. So anyway, folks, this party was a private party that was basically under my cousin's friend's last name, and it was in Midtown Atlanta, and it was at a club that's basically, you see a lot of like your high rollers, celebrities, and stuff like that go into this type of club. It wasn't your typical bar or nightclub. It was a gentleman's club, and he was having his bachelor party there, and at first, I wanted to make sure I was, well dressed for this, Joseph, because you know me. I mean, to be honest with you guys, if you paid attention to me in the last 4 years, I'm a typical T-shirt, somewhat polo, jeans or shorts type of guy. So I wanted to make sure that I had like the correct attire in my suitcase, prior to going to this place. I didn't want to go to this place, Joseph, with just a t-shirt and a pair of jeans of, what I'm pretty much wearing right now. Because I would basically be totally not fit for the occasion.
Yeah.
But, I happen to have a nice polo and a pair of, blue, not blue jeans, but they were like those designer type jeans. And it seemed to be okay with the bouncer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some of those clubs are more upscale than others. When I was in Atlanta, I hit a couple of them. There was one, I don't know the name though, but it was in like a former old library, and it was really, really classy looking gigs. Can't remember the name of it though.
Yeah, this place, Joseph, was actually off of Spring Street. What y'all plug them in? I asked the one of the managers that was actually running that night. I was like, I do a podcast, during the week, 4 or 5 days out of the week. I'm going to pretty much talk about this on my upcoming Monday's episode. Would that be okay if I plug the name in? Because I always want to ask Joseph, because, God forbid, I say something and they're like, no, you weren't supposed to say that, for God's sakes. But anyway, guys, if you're in the Atlanta area, hat tip to Cheetah's nightclub. It's right off of Spring Street. It's a very, very classy gentleman's club. It's not your hole in the wall, nightclub or strip club, guys, where you have like 40 or 50-year-old women. No offense, hey, God bless you if you're in your 50s or, almost 60 stripping, for God's sake. I mean, God bless you. Hopefully your body, pretty much, not aging too well when you kind of go around the damn hole. But, yeah, this is a classy club, Joseph. I mean, they don't just hire anybody off the street. They hire, well-endowed, classy women there. I mean, these women are like usually featured on Maxim or Playboy or this and that. But we had a hell of a time, man. Hell of a time.
Yeah, I've been to Cheetah's there. There's a Cheetah's in Windsor, Ontario, across the river from me too. And yeah, it's like there used to be, it's sold, but there was a Hustlers in our area. I don't know what it's called now. I think they sold it. But yeah, they're more of an upscale, and the women often have a lingerie and a formal dress segment. Did they have a formal dress segment while you were there?
What, of the dancers you're talking about?
Yes.
Well, the dancers, like I said, guys, it does, it is considered like an upscale club. The cover just to get in, Joseph, is like about $45. So it's not your typical $5 or $10 cover that you would see like, a regular club, but it's like $45 to get in. Of course, we paid a little bit less because we were a part of that private party. We were put on like the second floor of this club. The whole second floor was basically shut down to us and everything. So we only paid like about $10. But the type of attire there is basically like a nice polo or a dress shirt. It can be blue jeans, but if it's blue jeans, it has to be like a designer type of blue jeans, like Polo or Ralph Lauren or God, I'm trying to remember there's so many names out there, but it's got to be something like that, or like a pair of slacks or something. Yeah. So yeah, it is very classy.
Yeah, you can't go in with a pair of ripped up Wranglers.
Oh God, no. They would take you out the door. Come on, gotta go, buddy. Go down to like the next, like ghetto, strip club down the road. I'm sure like Toppers or, Delilah's Den down there. There's a strip club right in Buckhead, which is like the next town over, but it's still within the city of Atlanta, which is home to like ZZ Top and what the hell was it? The biker guy, Tommy Lee. I forgot the damn name of that. You know what I'm talking about, Joseph?
Yeah.
That group with Tommy Lee?
Motley Crue.
Yeah. Motley Crue. There you go. Those are the ones that usually I mean, you can go right to that club, Joseph, and they have like plaques right on the freaking wall, man. Right on the fucking wall, there's like plaques on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a really, really decent club. But yeah, we had a blast, Joseph. I mean, but except for this one Cuban stripper, man, that was like, she was trying to hound us for like $50, man. It was terrible. Terrible.
Oh no.
We've got a club around here that has a lot of Russian imports, and yeah, they're kind of that way. Very, very pushy and aggressive, and you know, they're trying to buy their visa, basically.
I think that's what it was because, you know, to kind of finish off this episode, guys, you know, we had the Cuban lady that came up to us, and she kept on like, you know, when we were trying to order the drink, she was like, oh, $5. And I was like, wait. These drinks were supposed to be like $4.50. We're part of like this private party, and you're trying to tell me like it's $5. I mean, I'm not trying to be cheap or nothing. I mean, 50 cents is 50 cents, Joseph. We were promised $4.50. Why are you trying to upscale it? You know what I mean? Or upcharge us? But
yeah, well,
that's what you get.
The benefit of going in the group, which is why, of course, they gave you the reduced entry fee. They figure they make it up on the back end in drinks.
Yeah, I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, $5 or even $4.50, Joseph. That's a hell of a bargain, man, for drinks. I mean, especially in a you know, a nightclub like that. It's in Midtown Atlanta. You know, you can't go wrong with that. You know.
Yeah, those kind of clubs usually don't touch any drink for under $7.
No. But guys, I want to talk more about this. Joseph, you know what I'm going to do? I wasn't going to do this, buddy, but the story definitely has to be a part 2, because there has to be a part 2 with this episode, because I'm sure the listeners are going to be like, oh, whoa, what's going on now? Like, is there more to of course there's more to the story.
Well,
but that's, yeah.
Well, we've got to hear whether or not there was a Cuban cigar, Lewinsky kind of thing ever went on.
Oh, Joseph, there was plenty of Cubans going on there. There was Cubans. Joseph, there was definitely more than PG-13 activity going on in that club. Let me just tell you that. Yeah. But guys, I'm gonna close it out here with all of you guys. You know, like definitely, I think this episode does deserve a part 2. Everyone's probably understanding. All right, Michael, you know, like, you've been talking about this club the entire time. We want to know what happened with this Cuban stripper. You know, what went on with the drinks and this and that, guys. Stay tuned, because in part 2, we're definitely going to continue this. With that being said, guys, thank you very much for tuning in to today's episode of Savage Unfiltered. And like always, guys, keep it savage, and we'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, guys.